That's life is like that.
I'm going downstairs. But no, since I haven't seen Oppenheimer, you don't have to give any. Well, I don't mind spoilers, but do you have anything to say?
I'm actually glad that you brought it up. Yes. Oh my God. That's problems.
I'm
I got
glad
problems.
you made it.
Thank you. So Oppenheimer, I did enjoy it. It was like I did say, it was a little underwhelming. I think part of the reason it was a little underwhelming was that it just felt like I appreciated, like, as a filmmaker, that he's like experimenting, Christopher Nolan, and what he was like trying to do there. So he's sort of, from a cinematic standpoint, he's there it is. Hey, sweet, we got a camera rolling. It's not live or anything, but just so you know, Buzz. Oh, nice. So I like that he's like experimenting, basically using the cinematic language of telling like a big, grand, like, epic, but to instead depict something that's not like epic action or adventure or anything like that. It's epic in terms of like how relevant the subject matter is to our existence, right? It's existential in nature and it's historical in nature. So this shit is like as like the stakes are as high as it gets. Just, you know, and so to tell a story about that, but it's not like an action movie. So, you know, a big 3-hour long, you know, movie like that is great. It reminds me a little bit. Oppenheimer reminded me a little bit. I recently revisited the movie Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr. from back in early '90s, I guess. And Chaplin, if I remember correctly, was kind of long. It jumped around in time a little bit too, to sort of some of the storytelling device that they do. There's like several sort of like seasons of Oppenheimer's life that you get to see, and so there was an element of that, like in the Chaplin movie. So I felt like it. In terms of that, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I still got it. I'm gonna still put on my to watch list.
Yeah, I think it's worth a watch for sure. And I also liked, in particular, I think my favorite element of that movie, or my favorite moment from the movie, you know, comes a little bit later, and there's some filmmaking that he does that just really captures the feeling of anxiety in a very cool way, existential dread and anxiety in a very cool way. We were just watching Terminator 2 the other night, and you know, that movie also deals with existential dread and nuclear weapons and stuff like that as well. So to see Nolan's take on it, it was nuanced, whereas James Cameron's take from back in the day was more like in your face. And I think it's unnerving, basically. There's one scene in the movie that I was like, oh, they did it. What he was trying to do, he nailed it. But yeah, I think, I think if anything, because it was so well crafted and faithfully told, it actually, I think, does a great job at sort of piggybacking on top of the point that Barbie was making, in the sense that you've got these very important, powerful men making crazy assumptions and just like being like and having the audacity to do certain things, you know, against the consent or wishes of the public, or, you know, things like that, and just like and without regard, like, oh, hey, we may ignite the entire atmosphere. Well, oh well, you know, and so the amount of like just arrogance on display is staggering, and the fact that we have now nuclear weapons all over the world because of this, you know, it was so grossly short-sighted and so fueled by xenophobia and the culture of the time, you know, and the Russians and all of this business, that like there's just not even a consideration for other people's voices. Oh, sure, we'll consider whether or not. Oh, I see it. Whether or not everyone's going to die or something, but we're not really interested in like letting other people have a say in it. We're men. We're gonna do what's got to be done. You know, and just like Thanos. Okay. You know, Thanos is like, oh, I'm a man. I'm gonna do what's got to be done.
So, but like, I think
real
So,
quick. Just,
yeah.
So it's not to say that being a man is bad, but it's to say that that kind of mentality is a certain thing that it becomes dysfunctional. So being, you know,
they're coming for you.
oh yeah, oh front up the other way.
This one so far.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so that, oh, I think this might be the game. Yeah. So yeah, that, you want to do one more?
We'll be out in time. Oh, I was gonna say that for episode purpose, it's a how.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see here.
I was gonna say was
let's go 30 minutes or so. At least wrap up. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. No. Continue your thought.
All right. Here, hold on. We're gonna pause though. We're gonna do a halftime pause, and we're back. I don't think we're getting the good audio, so you know, whatever. It'll be all right. I looked over here. I was like, oh, it doesn't look like it's recording anything. So maybe the connection wasn't right or whatever. No worries. Yeah, it's us. I was like, I don't know. But I think it'll be all right. So just with all of like the headspace that these men were coming from was so short-sighted and so textured by their racism and their sexism and their cultural biases, and they were all Communist Party. You know, are you a commie? And I'm like, meanwhile, these people are talking about something that could destroy the entire planet, and it's destroyed so many lives, and they're all worried about all this other stuff while they're cooking up a nuclear weapon. And it's like, well, all right, y'all, I think some accountability might be in order. You know, in the form of just being honest about the impact. Like, what?
So did it show like Einstein's like battle? To like as like what am I doing or
Oppenheimer, Robert Oppenheimer, yeah. They do have one scene, I think, or two scenes or something where he interacts with Einstein. Yeah, but mostly it's about the man, I think, a little more than it's about the bomb, right? And so the bomb is almost like a backdrop or a setting for sort of just, you know, that and.
So yeah, I was saying like in terms of like I guess the man's world, I was saying as in, like did it show the battle of like this one man as like opposing other men's ideals or
oh yeah, so and sometimes and not just him though, sometimes it would be just other people opposing, like not even opposing, just other people just making reckless choices, you know, these big huge reckless moves. Even after like Oppenheimer was you know, and this is all like historical stuff, so it's spoilers a little bit in the sense that they covered it in the movie, but this is also stuff that you know you might read in a Google thing or whatever. So you know, the short version is he helped make the atomic bomb, and then was very publicly against the development of the thermonuclear, the hydrogen bomb.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That one has been invented.
Yes, and they did right, and so he was against it, and you know, and his warnings and his, you know, the military and the president and everything were just like, no, we're totally just going to do it. We don't care. We know that you don't think it's a good idea. We know that, you know, but we don't care. That's America. You know, and so that's when, you know, when we talk, I think when, you know, that because there was so little regard given to the well-being of the world and the people, whether or not this was, you know, maybe there's a better way to be approaching our conflicts with other countries instead of cooking up nuclear weapons. Oh, there you are, sorry. So, like, stuff like that. You know, and because none of that is really even in the picture where the people are making decisions, I think that's, you know, then when you clown on somebody about it, it looks like Barton. So I think that Nolan did a really great job at capturing the incredible feat that it was to make that, and you know what kind of unique person would have to, you know, what kind of unique not even person, because like we're all unique and you know, like what is the impact of our genius? What is the impact of us applying ourselves to something? Because like the same nuclear physics that they were working with for the bomb can also be used to generate clean nuclear energy for entire countries. You know, it can be a beautiful thing too. And so I think that the movie sort of, at least for my money, was a kind of a meditation on like, well, what I guess we better think really carefully about what we do with our gifts and how and why we do it. Because once you let the cat out of the bag, that you can't put it back in. So I think, I think that was sort of like, and so for that I applaud Oppenheimer. I guess like, I feel like they probably could have gotten away with it being a 2-hour movie instead of a 3-hour movie, given the way they tackle the subject matter.
I didn't realize 3 hours.
Yes, so it's stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think this had to take this long to get this out. Zack Snyder's movies are often a lot like that too. It's like, boy, that was a lot of walking to get right across the street. So, it'd be like that sometimes. But, if anything, for whatever reason, it was just a happy, funny little accident, those two movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer, coming out together like that.
What shot behind you?
Thank you. Oh, the things in the room. That's nice. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh, yeah.
Grenade. Another grenade.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I left the box that room.
Oh, okay.
This one for you.
Coming for you. I'm in the... That song stuck in my head. I've been putting all kinds of new tunes on the Elevate playlist. Oh, if y'all are listening, if you're not listening, I don't know why you're watching this. That would be weird. So, for those of you who are listening, I'm all about that superhero life. And if you're all about that superhero life too, and you want to be like elevating your heart, your mind, maybe your body, I don't know. It's really more just for elevating your consciousness. But anyway, I got a whole playlist of tunes on Spotify and on YouTube. The Lovecore Elevate playlist. And so you could be elevating your vibe if you want.
Hell yeah.
I've got it on the link tree. You can find it on, you can just search for it as well.
Watch out.
Running! Oof.
Oh, that was the perfect time. We didn't even have to open the door.
I know, right?
Let me get this gun down. Killing zombies! Let's go, we got a bomb.
Yeah, I gotta bust a move on him. Come and eat me.
So yeah, like I said in the comment, let us know what movies you guys watched recently.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we can keep a dialogue going on this stuff, man. I want to hear what y'all think too. I want to hear what you think of Barbie and Oppenheimer. I know everybody got big feelings and big opinions about stuff, so it's okay. In this space, in my space, my space. Anyway,
What is this?
on my platform, like, it's okay. You can have feelings about me sometimes. I still like you. We're still cool. And sometimes, in chatting and sorting stuff out in life, we rub each other the wrong way a little sometimes, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the other way around too. We may not always like each other, but we can still be in love, live in love, practice in love, kill zombies in love. You know how we do. So that's all. I just I've been wanting to say that. It's like, because I noticed that I had started posting. I was telling you before we hopped on here that right away I started getting some views, and sure enough, on both sides of the socio-political spectrum, you get people being salty with you. I'm like, oh, okay, so people just got a lot. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody wants to see something change. Everyone wants to see justice and stuff like that. We want it so bad that
Some
sometimes
people want to just hurt people because they hurt. So
right.
Some people just want to see other people hurt.
Yeah, and so true as that is, though, it's like, all right, well, we still people, and I understand that feeling of hurting and radiating that pain out, whether it's on accident or whether you got good intentions but you come about the wrong way or whatever up in there. So, I get it. Like, and the other thing is that sometimes there's not a right or wrong. It's just different sensibilities or different context or things like that. So it's like sometimes on the internet, because the internet, humanity is new to the internet. It's not been around super long. So we're still sorting out how to people with each other on the thing. I remember the conversation. I heard a conversation earlier today where somebody was talking about how they they got upset about a text message because they had misinterpreted the tone. And it's like, yeah, man, and that's been the thing for a minute. People know that. So I think at a time when everybody's stressed out and hurting and afraid for the world and so on, it's real easy to be fussy with each other, you know.
I see. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and so that's okay. I guess my point is that, like, legitimately, I may have a little Tony Stark snarky business going on, but at the end of the day, I got nothing but love for everybody, and we got grace. We can be patient with each other. We can, have some steam, blow it off, come back, all that. So that's the vibe that we're setting here, and thanks for joining us on it. I think that's all I got for now, but we keep the camera running in case something cool happens.
Alright, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining on this journey with us, killing zombies and talking about movies.
Yeah! Tell us what one we're going to talk about next.
I almost died just now. I'm sorry for the language.
Woo! That's alright. Yeah, this is like PG-13. Who am I kidding? This is rated R shit.